Hello friends, welcome back to this lecture series. Yesterday we studied BGT bipolar junction transistor. What do you mean by bipolar junction transistor? How is it work? How it is formed? Types of BGT and what, how it's work in an active region, how it's work in saturation region and cutoff region. It's also seen collector, what is mean by collector, what is mean by base, what is mean by emitter, common collector also. Today in this lecture we are going to discuss common emitter connection. In yesterday we also see what is mean by current amplification factor, collector alpha, beta. So in this lecture, common emitter connection, base current amplification factor beta. In common emitter connection, input current is base current and output current is collector current. In common emitter connection, okay. So this the ratio of change in collector current to the change in base current is known as base current amplification factor beta. What is meant by beta? Simply remember this. What beta is equal to delta IC upon delta IB, means the change in collector current. Another definition of beta factor is that the rate of change of collector current with respect to base current. This is the another definition. What is the definition? That definition? Remember, the rate of change of collector current with respect to the base current is known as base current amplification factor. Okay, what is that? What is that? This is the equation is very important. Remember this equation. Beta is equal to delta IC divided by delta IB. Normally only 5% of emitter current flow to the base, so amplification factor is greater than 20. Usually this range varies from 20 to 500. These are the range of amplification factor. Is the always amplification factor is greater than 20 and the range varies from 20 to 500. Okay, this is the relation between alpha, beta and alpha. Okay, the beta we already know beta is equal to delta IC by delta IB. Okay, and alpha is equal to delta IC by delta I. What is the definition of alpha? Current amplification factor alpha. What is that? Emitter current amplification factor means alpha. Okay, so the simple definition is that the rate of change of collector current with respect to emitter current, that is alpha, and beta is that the rate of change of collector current with respect to base current, that is the beta amplification factor. Okay, common base emitter amplification factor. Okay, so common base amplification factor means beta and common emitter amplification factor means alpha. Okay, so we already know that we seen this equation, I is equal to IB plus IC. Okay, so take this, delta I is equal to delta IB plus delta IC. Okay, so take IB, arrange this equation with our relation beta equation. Okay, so IB is equal to I minus delta I minus delta IC. Okay, put this equation into equation number, that beta factor here. Okay, so beta, put this equation here. Okay, put this equation here, this equation. Okay, so this equation also know, this equation also know. Do arrange, then put this value delta IE is equal to here. Sorry, this equation put into delta IC. This is the value of delta IE. What? The delta IB. Okay, this is the value of delta IB. So the beta is equal to this equation. Remember, this is a very important equation, so that these are the value. Okay, so now the beta is equal to, we already known that, divide this I into IC. Okay, so divide each and every equation with respect to delta I, delta I, delta IC upon delta IE, and delta IE upon delta IE, and IC upon, this is value is comes 1. This value is also known as alpha, and this is also known as alpha. So the equation is that beta is equal to, remember, beta is equal to alpha upon 1 minus alpha. This is the very important equation for that. This is the equation for common base current. These are the common base current amplification factor beta. It is the important thing. Okay, next slide. Clear this, erase all. Okay. Okay, next. This is the expression for collector current. Okay, I see. We already seen that IC in current. Okay, we already know IC is equal to alpha IE upon this equation. We already known that IC is equal to I upon IC is equal to alpha IE plus ICBO, means common base. Okay, common base current. Okay, so that we already know I is equal to, this is the we already know the value of I is equal to IE is equal to IB plus IC. So put this value in this equation. We call this as equation 1. Okay, we put this value in equation 1. So IB, okay, IB is equal to IC, this value we have to put this value into here. So IB is equal to this. Okay, put this value right now. Okay, so we take common from here, IE. Okay, so I is equal to 1 minus alpha, and this is right side, and this is the right side. Okay, and this value is right side. Okay, so IB is equal to IC. Take this is the for divide this value with respect to 1 minus alpha IC. Okay, 1 minus alpha. So here I is remaining, and IB upon 1 minus alpha plus ICBO upon 1 minus alpha. Okay, that is we already know this value. This value is beta. Okay, wait, I clear this. It is all okay. This value is known as beta factor. This is the beta value. Okay, so and this value is sorry, so this value is put IB. Okay, 1 upon this value, 1 upon beta is equal. Okay, so start writing. Wait. Okay, so 1, what is meant by beta? Beta is equal to 1 upon 1 minus alpha. Okay, 1 minus alpha. So this is the value of IB plus 1. exact, we have to multiply that. Okay, so this is the equation. So IC is equal, IC is a negligible current, so we put it down here, that is this is the IE equation. Okay, this is the very important equation, note it down. Okay, so everybody understood this concept. I hope you get it. Okay, so next slide. This is the characteristics of common emitter configuration. So, okay, the input characteristics, the VBE means voltage, emitter base voltage versus base current. Okay, this is the we should show here. Y-axis is indicate the base current. Base current is always in microampere, and x-axis showing the emitter base voltage. Okay, here the the it is the important parameter, that is that the semiconductor silicon germanium is that it's always operate on 0.7, it's enter into cutoff region. So here uh, at the value of 0.7, here the current is rapidly increase at this point. Okay, if the material is silicon, then its cutoff region is from this here 0.3. Okay, see the IB increases rapidly with VB. VB, it means input resistance is very small. Here input resistance is very small, that's why it's increased rapidly. Okay, so in I almost independent on VC. IE emitter current is always independent, almost independent on emitter collector voltage. Okay, common emitter voltage, but it depends upon common base voltage. Okay, emitter base voltage, emitter collector voltage, it does not depends, independent on that. Okay, so IB is of the range of microamperes. Okay, IB is I already told you, IB is the range is always in microampere. So this in this concept. Okay, so we move towards next slide. Okay, these are the characters of common emitter configuration. Here we observe that in previous slide VBE versus IB. Here the VCE versus IC. Okay, the character is called the output characteristics. VC varies linearly. VC varies linearly here. So this is the inversely. Okay, linearly with VCE only when VCE is very small. If the input resistance is very small, then it's vary. As VCE increases, IC becomes constant. If the VC we increase the common emitter current, common emitter voltage, then IC current is always linear here, constant. Maybe some varies or constant, some very negligible variation. Okay, means it's observed as a constant. So okay, these are the characteristics of configuration here. We are you getting for VCA versus IC and VBE versus IB? Okay, so these are the characteristics of common emitter resistors, and this is the input and output resistance of common emitter base. What is the input resistance? How to calculate it? VBE upon IB. We already here seen this in previous slide, characteristics of IB and IC. Okay, the ratio of change in emitter base voltage to the change in base current is called input resistance. Input Ri, it's always indicates that Ri is the change in emitter base voltage. This is the equation, depends upon that I is equal to I R is equal to V by R, V by I is equal to V by R. It's arranged only this. And the same is output resistance also. The ratio of change in collector current to collector emitter voltage to the change in collector current is called output resistance. Why we change this value IB only? Because the base current and collector current we know is I is equal to IE is equal to IC plus IB. So that's why these are the equation comes from. Remember, this equation is very important, this equation. Okay, we calculation at the time of RO and RI, internal resistance and input resistance and output resistance. So it is a very important point. Note it down. These are the common collector configuration. Okay, and now we already, this is the last configuration. We already see the common base, common emitter and common collector. Now in this way we are going to explain the common collector configuration. The common collector terminology is derived from the factor that the collector is common to both the input and output side of the configuration. Output and input of the output configuration. So the common collector terminology is derived from the factor that the collector is common to both input and output side of the configuration. See here, this is the diagrammatical representation of NPN and PNP transistor. Okay, so this is the figure for this. The first figure shows the common PNP junction. First figure shows the NPN transistor here, and this is the PNP transistor. So these are the what we see here. This is the common collector terminal. Collector terminal is common to both here. See here, these are the collector terminal common to both this signal and this signal also. Okay, so we have to calculate the input resistance Ri and Rc. Okay, so in next lecture, in next slide, we go to this common collector configuration. This is the gamma. Okay, current amplification factor gamma. This is for common collector. What for beta? Alpha is a common base configuration. Beta is common collector emitter configuration. Beta is alpha is common emitter configuration. Beta is common collector common base configuration, and common gamma is common collector configuration. Okay, common collector connection is input current base current and output current is emitter current. Okay, in this common collector configuration, the input current is base current. We already see here in this side. Okay, this is the IB here, IB. Okay, this is the IC and this is the IE. This is the IC and this is the IB. Okay, same here, this is the IB and this is the IC and this is IE. Okay, sorry for that. Wait, I will show. Now these are the IB current. Okay, these are the IC current, the IE current. Okay, these are the IC current. In here also these are the IE current and these are the IC current and these are the IB current. Okay, so same in this next slide. These are the here the ratio of change in emitter current to the change in base current. Change in emitter current to the change in base current. This current amplification factor is common collector coefficient. That's why the change in the ratio of change in emitter current to the change in base current is known as current amplification factor. What is the gamma? Gamma is another definition for gamma is that the rate of change of emitter current to the base current is known as current amplification factor gamma. Okay, this circuit provides the same gain as a common emitter configuration. Okay, I is equal to delta I is equal to delta IC. Okay, it is very negligible for that because it's same, it provides the same, because very here because it is a negligible current. Okay, this is the negligible, so we put it here is equal to delta IC upon delta IB, and this is known as this is known as beta. Okay, this is known as beta. We see in this next slide. Okay, put it here. So IB is equal to alpha is equal to IB upon IC. Okay, I upon IC. So this is the same. So this is the equation is for that. So we can put it here. Remember this relation. I is equal to, okay, so IC is equal to I, we put it here, so that's why this is the equation for that. So we, because I is equal to very negligible to IC, delta IC. Okay, so that's why we put it here value, that is the delta IC. This is value for this, then the gamma is equal to alpha. Finally here the gamma is equal to alpha, we got the equation here. We explain it. Okay, so I is equal to delta IC, I is equal to IB plus IC. It is with respect to same is right. So we put it this value into here. We already seen this expression in the previous slide. So put it here. This is value 1. This is 1 upon 1 minus alpha. This is value for, this value is comes for beta. Okay, this is the expression for common collector. See here what is the value of for that. IC is equal to alpha into IB plus IE. Same here, I is equal to same I is equal to, see here, I is equal to IC upon, put this value into this equation. Which value? IC. Put this value in equation here. So IB equal to, this is the value of IC. So that's, these are the value. We take IE common here, this equation and this equation. We take I common from this equation. Okay, I is equal to, this is this side, and these are the 1 minus alpha. Okay, and this is the right side. Okay, we take it, this is into denominator here. So okay, come come to this step. Okay, I am IB upon 1 minus alpha plus IOBC upon 1 minus alpha. Here this is the equation comes from this is similar to that equation. So okay, beta is equal to this, so beta plus 1 upon this 1 plus 1, this is the alpha. Okay, any query regarding this, so please comment on below. I will reach to your comments and I will explain it if you didn't get anything in from this equation. How come the IC and how come IE? So we go to the next slide for that. This is the comparison of transistor connection. Okay, characteristics, common base, common emitter and common collector. We revise this in with the help of table. Okay, input resistance the common base character is about 100 ohm, means very low. And common emitter junction, this is the input resistance is low but about 750 ohm. And in common collector input resistance is very high in the range of K. So the input resistance in common base and common emitter is very low and common collector is very high. The output resistance is exactly opposite to common input resistance. Here is where input resistance is low, at that position output resistance is always high. Okay, so see here, these are the this is the anywhere where input resistance is very low, at that position output resistance is very high. This is the, and if here input resistance is high, the output resistance is very low. This is the universal anywhere. Okay, so for the system is good, for gaining is good. Okay, the input resistance low about that. Okay, the output resistance is very high about in the range of K. Okay, uh, very high. Common base means very high, output resistance is very high, and common emitter is high as 45 kilo ohm k ohm. Okay, and in the common collector is output resistance very low, low about 50 ohm. Okay, voltage gain about in common base 150, and common emitter about 500, and common collector less than 1. The application for common base is very for high frequency application, and common emitter for audio frequency amplification, and common collector for impedance match. Okay, the current is gain is less than 1, here high, and it's appreciable. These are the comparison about common base, common collector, common emitter. Here another is current application factor. One added one parameter, current application factor, current amplification factor, that is here alpha, here beta, here gamma. Okay, these are the current amplification factor. Noted down this point number 6. Okay, next slide, move to the next slide. Transistor as an amplifier, this is equation in common emitter configuration. Okay, see here, this is the common transistor as a common emitter amplification factor configuration. Here emitter terminal is common. See here, this application is for amplifier. Emitter terminal is common, base current is here input, and collector terminal is output. RC is the output resistance, and in at this position is very small, input resistance is very small, that's why we did not connected here, Okay, see here, this is the input, suppose I, and this is the output value of current with respect to. Okay, so these are the amplifier, is amplify the, it's increase the strength of signal, input signal. Okay, figure shows this common transistor. This is the PNP transistor. Which transistor? Sorry. Okay. This is the which transistor? Anyone? Remember, the arrow of transistor emitter terminal is outside, then it's always show is a NPN transistor. So take care. Next time you didn't forget that. Okay. You fix it in your mind. If the arrow of emitter terminal is outside, then the transistor is NPN, and if the inside, then it's PNP. Okay, show the here, in order to make the forward bias regardless, input is polarity asymmetric. The output taken across the load, output come take from this output. Okay, this is the for that. This is the signal circuit diagram for amplifier. Okay, simply this is the amplifier. Only two components required. One is transistor, another one is resistor. Output resistance is very high. We want very high output resistance here, in the range of K, whatever, 1K, 75K, 500K, any, but it is the output is very high resistance. So these are the diagrammatical representation of collector terminal, sorry, common emitter configuration. This is the transistor as an amplifier in configuration. During the positive half cycle, the input AC will keep the emitter base junction more forward bias, so the carrier will be emitted by emitter. The huge current will be flow through the load, and it will find out as the output amplifier signal. During the negative half cycle, the input AC will keep the emitter base junction less forward bias, so the less carrier will be emitted by the emitter, hence the collector current is decreases. This is the result in decreasing output voltage in opposite direction. Same for this, and the load is load line analysis. What is meant by load line analysis? I already told you the output resistance is very high in the common emitter configuration, because we want to high output, so that's why the in the transistor circuit analysis, it is necessary to determine the collector current for various common emitter voltage range. Okay, the one method is we can determine the collector current at any desired VC voltage from the output characteristics. Okay, more conveniently, we can use the load line analysis to determine the operating point. I already told you the transistor is work in saturation region, cutoff region, and active region. So this is the load line analysis. How it load line analysis is there here. See this, no signal. Okay, consider it as we see load line analysis here. Consider a common emitter NPN transistor circuit shown in figure. Okay, the figure is input signal is apply on KVL and KCL. Here is one is KVL, sorry, here apply KVL, current voltage law, from this direction, right, and from this direction. Okay, apply this on see here we apply it from VCE. Okay, apply here VCC minus ICRC. Okay, here with, okay, take it this from, this is the KCL equation 1, KVL, sorry, Kirchhoff's voltage law. Okay, this is like this. Okay, VCC is equal to IC into IRC. When the collector current IC is equal to 0, when the collector current is IC is equal to 0, then this value is very negligible. Put it here, IC is equal to 0 in this equation, so the value is only get it VCE is equal to VCE, sorry, VCE is equal to VCC. Okay, this is only because IC is equal to 0, then RC is also 0. So we say here when the collector emitter voltage is equal to 0. Either when it is 0, then this, okay, and so the equation is like this. If the VC is max, then VE is 0. VE 0, that is IC is equal to 0, and then the collector emitter voltage is max and is equal to the VCC, that is this is max is equal to this. Okay, when the collector emitter voltage is VCE is equal to 0, then VCE is equal to 0, then IC equal to VCC upon RC. I already told you, then when the input resistance is low, the output resistance is always high. When the output resistance is low, input current is very high, so ICC get X when VCC is equal to 0. Here this in this equation IC is very high. Okay, are you getting? If you didn't get anything from this equation, please comment me on my below video, so I will come to your query and I will try to solve it. Okay, so next slide. These are the transistor load analysis, transistor load line analysis. Here the Q point is operating point. Here the VCC by RC and VCC. Okay, VCC. These are the C point is the Q point means the operating point. IB is equal to 5 microfarad. This is the diagram VC is volt. This IC is milliampere. Okay, yeah, this is the load line analysis. Sorry. This point is the operating point or OP. Okay, and these are the common middle point of here. These are the load line analysis. Okay, this is same here for VCC and VCC voltage. So the operating point at the zero signal value, the IC and VCE are known as operating point. Where the zero value, the zero signal value, where the zero signal value here, VDC and ICC. Okay, so it is called operating point because its variation of IC takes place about this point. Okay, here is a variation. This is the operating point. I already told you Q is operating point. What is it? OP, operating point Q. Okay, so here the zero signal value IC and VCE are the operating point. It is operating point because the variation of IC takes place about this point. Variation of IC here takes place about this point. Okay, it is also called a quiescent point or Q point. It's also known as Q point. Here, remember this is also, so that's why we indicate Q, not OP. Okay, any query regarding this? IB equal to 5 microampere. These are the value for this point. Okay, so if any query regarding this, ask me. Thank you. If any question regarding any point of BJT transistor or anything, please comment me. I will come to your question. Lastly, we revise this once again. Okay, first of all, in yesterday lecture we see that transistor, BJT transistor, why it is called bipolar junction transistor, how it is formed, which material are used, and which how many terminal. Okay, which material? NPN or PNP transistor or PNP semiconductor material. Okay, and how many terminal? It has 3 terminal. Which terminal? The name is collector, base and emitter terminal. Okay, the type of transistor PNP and NPN transistor is based on formation. Okay, and next is it's working. It's operating 3 region: is cutoff region, saturation region and active region. Active region, it acts as a amplifier, and saturation region, common emitter and common emitter terminal and base terminal, it is both are forward bias. NPN and PNP is a forward bias, so it acts as open closed switch. In cutoff region, it both are in reverse bias, so it has act as an open switch. Okay, and next we see the amplification factor: common base, common beta, alpha, gamma. Okay, in this equation also we see that common base collector how is calculated. Then is comparison between common base common collector and common emitter, input resistance, output resistance, gain, voltage gain, current gain, and current amplification factor in this lecture. Okay, so then we see the circuit diagram for that common base common collector common emitter configuration. And next one is load line analysis, how it is work and its application, and what is meant by Q point operating temperature operating point and its equation. So these are whole are the basics about BJT, bipolar junction transistor. If any query regarding this, so please comment me my write the question any question to on this video below the video, then I will come to your question. So thank you for watching. See you soon. Bye bye.